Hovind folks, Ken Hovind here in the crew at Dinosaur Adventureland, a worn out, tired crew at Dinosaur Adventureland, September 21st, 2025. Proverbs chapter 24 in just a few minutes. Great advice for all ages. You're all going to get something out of this today. Okay, let's see. We're on a bunch of different channels on Facebook, on Rumble. The numbers keep going up. Sign up for all of them. Tell your friends, it's free. What do you want? Our app, KentHovind.tv, Instagram, let's see, X, all that kind of stuff. You join our TikTok. If you're lonely for any Christmas holidays, you don't have a family, come on down. We'll be your family. Come join us for Columbus Day, for the fall festival instead of Halloween, for Honored Veterans Day. Please do that. Thanksgiving, Christmas, we'll be your family. If you're lonely, come on. If you're not lonely, bring your family with you. It's a great place. That group here, they're all leaving now to go back to Birmingham, mostly Spanish. That's where I got my Spanish shirt on. Dinosaur. See? Hola, señor. ¿Cómo está? They had a blast. Visitors come from all over the place. We have visitors. Let's see. Here's the group that was here yesterday and leaving now this morning. They had a lot of fun. They're all in there. I'm making bookmarkers for them in the dining hall this morning. They said, we had more fun than ever. We're going to come back over and over again. Well, good. Please do. That's what we built it all for. And we want to change lives for the Lord. So come on down. Great place to have a retreat, a family reunion, a conference, a revival, a scout camp, family vacation. Maybe your employees, you've been good. You say, look, Jimmy, you've been a good employee for the last 25 years. I'm going to give you $10. You know how bosses are. And a free trip to Dinosaur Adventureland. Great place to learn some real science. See, the earth is 6,000 years old, like the Bible says. It is not billions of years old. Dinosaurs lived with man. They did not live millions of years ago. Evolution is the dumbest and most dangerous religion in the world. Learn how to defend your faith against those brainwashed into believing the silly evolution religion. Great place to send them. Come see. Hey, I got this cool note from a guy 2 days ago, Joseph. In 1562, artist Peter, whatever his name, painted the suicide of Saul. You know, King Saul committed suicide, depicting the suicide of Saul after his defeat to the Philistines in the book of 1 Samuel 31. In the painting, you can clearly see people riding dinosaurs. Keep in mind, this painting was made over 400 years ago, okay? Sauropods. How does someone paint a dinosaur in a painting 262 years before they were discovered? 65 million years after they went extinct. Here is the painting, followed by its enhancement. Critics claim they are camels. Let me know what you see. Here's the painting. There's King Saul committing suicide down here in the painting from 400 years ago. There's a spot back here in the painting. If you zoom in on it, you say, wait a minute, these people are riding dinosaurs. Does that look like camels? Does anybody see a camel in that picture? Can you atheists explain how in a painting 400 years ago they could put dinosaurs? I can explain it. They did not live millions of years ago. They always lived with man. Noah took them on the ark. People have seen them all through history. Man has killed off most of them. Watch my video number 3, Dinosaurs in the Bible. There's artwork where an Aborigines drew a picture. A dinosaur swallowed somebody, and they're all marching around with their spears mad at this dinosaur for eating their friend. Okay, come on down. Help us finish Noah's Ark. Need plumbers and electricians for a couple days. Come on down. Do something for the Lord with your life. Progress as of this morning, going great. We've got 4 more sections to finish. What on earth are you doing, for heaven's sake? I got on a roll years ago when I was in prison, writing on this what on earth topic. What on earth is about to happen, for heaven's sake? Why on earth did God let this happen, for heaven's sake? My books I've written on that topic. So what on earth are you doing? Some Christians spend all their time doing nothing except stuff for themselves. What are you doing for the Lord? Find something to do. Come on. Here's sunrise on the sand dune this morning. Come on up. Serve the Lord here. Get close to God. It was cool, Titus. I drove around this morning. Every cabin full of people. All the parking spots full. That's what it's supposed to be. Now, I need some help. Somebody gave us years ago 2 foot by 4 foot by 8 foot styrofoam blocks. Huge. We used them all to make anchor stones or drogue stones for Noah's Ark. We need some more. Justin, you found some. How much are they when you go to buy them? $600 a piece. Some of you might work at a job in a shipping, on loading boats or something. We throw them away. We'll take them. Okay, we need 10 more to finish our Noah's Ark. Dinosaur Adventureland, straight north of Pensacola, 70 miles. Take either exit, 77 or 83. Come on over. See the world's largest horseshoe crab. See our Noah's Ark going together. It's a lot of fun. There we are, 1 mile north of the roaring metropolis of Lenox, Alabama. Okay. Here's our front gate. The boys get the blue dinosaur. The girls get the pink one. Your mama can explain that to you later. Okay. This property was a gravel pit for years, for 60 years, and then it was empty for 20 years. And somebody bought it and gave it to us, $250,000 back on April 21st, And it's been amazing. Crazy comments. I get some crazy comments. I looked at Wikipedia. I should not look at Wikipedia with my name, should I?
No, sir.
Those guys are clueless. He's a young earth creationist focusing on denial of accepted scientific knowledge. Whoever did Wikipedia, listen, it's not scientific knowledge. You don't know cows came from an amoeba. You can believe that. Evolution is not part of science. It's a religion. Okay, so fix that part. He denies, let's see, evolution and biogenesis. Yep, those are stupid. Okay, geophysics. No, I like geophysics. I think it'll happen quickly with Noah's flood. Cosmology. I like that too. God made everything. A literal interpretation of Genesis. I'm guilty. I agree. Answers in Genesis, a fundamentalist organization advocating young earth creationism, openly criticized him for continuing to use discredited arguments. Well, it's a good thing I don't work for them. Yeah. I'm thrilled for what they do. I wouldn't fight them. They're not the enemy, but they're wrong. I'm right. They're wrong. Simple. Okay. Here we go. Still looking for a wife for Turbo, African spurred tortoise. Please help us find one. Okay. Kids love riding Turbo. Okay. People get pictures all the time. You sure to share our material with other people if you would. Help them. Help us to open for free. We don't charge anything. Join our 777 club. Say, Brother Hovind, I'm going to give $1 a day. You're a missionary to the blind and the dumb. Those who believe they came from a rock are blind and dumb. And we try to help them. drdino.com. It's all open on there. Okay. You can scan that QR code and do something. Brother, forget it. I got too much. My head's already full. I can't learn about the QR code. You take care of it. Get our video series on science in the Bible. Get our series on what on earth is about to happen. And we need lots of vehicles. We have one more vehicle we need, another 4-door Jeep. We give tours. Yesterday, I gave 3 tours. My voice is about shot. All 3 Jeeps, jam full of kids. We had a blast. But if we had 4 Jeeps, I could do the same talking and reach more people. So please help us find something old like that. 2007 and 2008 is what we have now, plus a 2019 that was totaled. And we fixed the front end and it works fine. Okay, leap of faith, leap of faith. So is it true, Paula, you actually did it from the top step? No, you helped other kids do it all day. Yeah. How many of you have done it from the top step? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the rest of you? Okay, 6. We need about 10 more, 20 more. Okay. Teach the kids about the different ducks. 167 kinds of ducks, boys and girls. Might have had a common ancestor called a duck. I say, kids, you are now smarter than a college professor because they think ducks are related to bananas. Don't you? Don't you? Professor Dave, who's not a professor of anything. But you believe ducks and bananas are related, don't you? I know you do. Take the real tour in one of our Jeeps. They're a lot of fun. We have a blast around here. By the way, we don't drive around with a kid hanging out like that. They sit down. Okay, okay, we teach about how the layers of the earth were formed quickly. The moon made the layers to the earth in 1 year. Tidal pumping, up, down, in, out, in, out. Nearly all the layers in the earth made in 1 year. Noah's flood. So I don't like what you're teaching. Okay, go start your own park and teach what you want. Okay. World's largest horseshoe crab. There it is going together. And it is really cool. They give blue blood, by the way. We're going to have a bunch of stuff in there. World's largest horseshoe crab. How did I get off on this? Oh, the Noah's Ark. Let me get up to slide number 1209. Okay. Proverbs 24. Be not thou envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them. Kids, Solomon giving advice to his son. Son, choose your friends wisely. I don't know if you know this or not, but there are some dumb people out there who will mess up your life and think it's funny. Their heart studieth destruction. Their lips talk of mischief. All they think about is, and talk about is doing mischief, breaking the law. Let's go get drunk. Let's go find some drugs. Let's go do this. Let's whatever, okay? Stay away from wicked friends, son, okay? Through wisdom is a house builded, and by understanding it is established. This is not only the physical building, but the family. It takes wisdom to build a healthy family and understanding. And by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. A wise man is strong. A man of a knowledge increases strength. Hey, keep your health. Some of you have great knowledge in your head. You used to do great things for God, but you're too fat and lazy to get off your butt and do something because you don't stay in shape. Just admit it. Go look in the mirror and say, wow, I got to work on this, don't I? Yeah. You could be doing so much for the Lord. I'm 72. I'm going to try to make it to 100 or die trying. I'm going to try to stay in shape the whole time. Round is a shape. Okay. And I got one. Okay. For by wise counsel shalt thou make thy war, and in multitude of counselors there's safety. Brother, I had 7,600 contacts in my phone when I lost it. I'm back up to about 4,000 now. I have people I can call. I need advice on a particular topic. Hey, what would you do in this situation? Oh, okay, thank you so much. I got a lot of people I counsel with, hundreds and hundreds of them. Do you take advice from me? Some people don't take advice from anybody. When I was teaching school, on our report cards, quite often the school would have a box you could check. Does not receive correction well. Jimmy does not receive, you tell him what to do, he doesn't receive it well. And some of you, if somebody ever says to you, wow, you stink, you'd get mad rather than say, oh, thank you for telling me. Wouldn't you? Wow, your truck is a mess. Rather than say, oh, I'm sorry, I'll clean it up. Well, none of your business. They don't receive correction. Wisdom is too high for a fool. He openeth not his mouth in the gate. He that deviseth to do evil shall be called a mischievous person. This devise is an interesting word. In a multitude of counselors, there's safety. It's in there 3 times, all in Proverbs. Okay? Solomon's telling his boys, get a lot of counsel. I wonder how many counselors President Trump has. Different topics. One for environment, one for, there's all kinds of topics to talk about. You can't learn it all. This, in 1 Kings 12, we see the story. King Solomon's son, Rehoboam, was appointed to be king. The people came to him and said, look, Mr. Rehoboam, you're going to be king now. Your dad in his old age was really hard on everybody. He raised taxes through the roof to pay for his 1,000 wives and all that stuff. And would you please lighten up a little bit? He listened to the old men. They gave their counsel. Then he went to his young friends and said, what do you think? They said, no, raise the taxes. How are you going to afford your swimming pools and all this kind of stuff? And so he told the people, look, guys, you think my dad was tough? I'm going to be really tough. And the people rebelled against him, and he split the kingdom. He forsook the counsel of the old men. He forsook their counsel. He answered roughly. He was an idiot, okay? He forsook their counsel. How many of you have ever had good advice, didn't follow it, and it ended up costing you either a bunch of money or a bunch of heartache or something, okay? So he said, he that deviseth to do evil shall be called a mischievous person. Deviseth, found in the Bible 8 times. He deviseth evil, several in the book of Proverbs. Frowardness, that means stubbornness, is in his heart. He deviseth mischief. All he thinks about is mischief. I had some students like that when I was teaching. You didn't dare leave the room. You would know Scotty's going to be causing trouble if I'm gone. Yep. We had Scotty had his own special chair in the principal's office. I'd send him down there almost every day with a little note. Principal, okay, Scotty, sit down. I wonder how he's doing now. Scotty, give me a call, okay? A heart that deviseth wicked imagination. Some people imagine mischief. Some people imagine evil things, wickedness, okay? A man's heart deviseth his way. The Lord directeth his steps, okay? Woe to them in Micah, it says, one of the last books of the Old Testament. They devise iniquity. They work evil upon their beds. When the morning light is light, they practice it. They lay awake thinking, what can I do evil? Because it's in the power of their hand. They covet fields. They take them by violence. They're going to steal somebody's property and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. Look, if you devise and figure out a sneaky way to take away somebody's property, God's going to be your enemy. Devise, to form a plan, to plan or arrange in the mind, design, contrive. Let's figure out how can we do it and make it look legal. Yeah, okay. They devise my hurt. They devise deceitful matters. They devise my hurt. Devise not evil against thy neighbor. Do they not err that devise evil? He shutteth his eyes to devise things, froward, stubborn things, okay? Come and let us devise devices against Jeremiah. Poor Jeremiah, they called him the weeping prophet. He could see the nation sliding into slavery. God told him, go tell the people they better repent. And he went and he cried, and they didn't repent. They didn't listen. I hope one day to do Jeremiah as a Bible study. Amazing book, okay? Son of man, these are the men that devise mischief. The book of Ezekiel is also. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, all 3 are fabulous books. Anyway, the thought of foolishness is sin. The scorner is an abomination to men. Abomination means it makes you sick, makes you want to puke. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. This is how you tell when you're really dedicated to a cause. When you're dead tired, you can't go any further, and you decide to go anyway. That's what they teach them in the Marines. First, everybody do 50 push-ups and run 5 miles. Now, we're going to start the calisthenics. Right? If thou forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain. If you say, behold, we didn't know. We didn't know that house was on fire and those kids were screaming in there. You stood there and watched it for 10 minutes. You didn't know. He says, if you forbear, you don't deliver somebody who needs help. You're in trouble with God. Doth not he that pondereth the heart consider it? He that keepeth his soul, doth he not know it? And shall not he render to every man according to his works? Look, a lot of Christians in Germany tried to stop what Hitler was doing. Many of them were killed for their faith. But many Christians in Germany saw what was happening and did nothing. Did nothing. That's what he's talking about here in this proverb. You know what's happening. Do something. Yeah, but they're going to hurt me. That's correct. Sometimes you give up your life for the right cause, okay? They saw what's happening. I've read so many books on Hitler and the Holocaust and been over there to see Auschwitz and these places. My son, eat thou honey. It's good. And the honeycomb, which is sweet to thy taste. He's giving his son wisdom. So shall the knowledge of wisdom be to thy soul. Just like honey tastes good, you want to learn new things. Some of you are content chasing Zelda, playing your video game. You don't want to learn anything new. Okay. When thou hast found it, there shall be a reward, and thy expectation shall not be cut off. Honey, remarkable substance. Rich history, numerous unique properties. It is the only food made by an insect that is consumed by humans, produced by honeybees from nectar and pollen. Remarkably, honey never spoils. They found some Egyptian tombs, opened them up. I think they were 3,000 years old. Honey was still good. It's acidic, pH 3 to 4 to 4.5. Anything under 7 is acid, which inhibits bacterial growth. Ancient pots of honey have been found to remain edible after thousands of years. This natural preservation is linked to antimicrobial and antibacterial properties, making it effective against infections, including MRSA, and useful in wound healing. Some people put honey on a scratch or a cut. Yeah. The production of honey is an extraordinary feat of labor. To produce just 1 pound of honey, a single honeybee must visit approximately 2 million flowers and travel 55,000 miles to make a pound. Now, honeybees can fly on honey. And if you do the math, figure how far they can go on one dot, do the math, they can fly 1 million miles on 1 gallon of honey. How'd you like a car getting 1 million miles to the gallon? I like that old Prius that guy gave me, 50 miles to the gallon. It's got 330,000 miles. I'm going to drive it till either it quits or I quit. Okay. The bees use a complex waggle dance. You should Google that. The bees waggle their butt, and the rest of them say, oh, honey's this way. They tell them which way to go find the flowers by wiggling their butt. Do go waggle dance. They communicate the location and tells the distance. How many times they waggle? You got to go this direction and go this far. And that's the way they speak. And the quality of food sources to their hive mates. Sophisticated method of navigation and information sharing. Honeybees regulate the hive's temperature. They maintain 92 to 93 degrees in the brood, regardless of external conditions. They use their wings to fan air and reduce humidity. Honeybees themselves are marvels, possessing 5 eyes, 2 compound eyes and 3 simple eyes, and the ability to see ultraviolet light, which helps them locate nectar guides on flowers. They're also capable of recognizing human faces and communicate using pheromones and vibrations through the hive. The queen bee can lay up to 1,500 eggs per day during peak season and live for up to 5 years. The worker bee lives 6 to 8 months weeks in the summer and 6 months in the winter. Honey is one of the only foods that does not spoil. Egyptian pyramids, archaeologists found pots of honey 3,000 years old. They were still perfectly fine to eat. Over time, honey will crystallize, but you just warm it up and it comes back. Various types of honey have been used extensively throughout history. Antibacterial disinfectant, wound healing. Honey can effectively kill antibiotic-resistant bacteria. Today, there are several wound care products on the market that utilize honey. Burn treatment. Honey dressings nearly doubled the speed which burns healed. And there's all different kinds of honey, different flavors, different colors. Depends on what they're getting, what juice they get the flower from, okay? So anyway, you can study all about honey for yourself, okay? Honey's a beauty product. I saw some people at Walmart the other day, they need it bad. I almost said, ladies, honey's this way. Huh? Never mind, okay. Use it for shampoo, conditioner, face wash, exfoliating mask, lip balm, bath additive, acne and scarring, and the list goes on. Anyway, stabilize blood sugar. He said, son, eat honey. It's good. He didn't tell him why, just do it. Sometimes you do what dad says just because he said to do it. And later, 20 years later, you find out, wow, that was good advice, Dad. Yeah. So shall the knowledge of wisdom be to thy soul. Yep, find it. Okay. Lay not wait, O wicked man, against the dwelling of the righteous. Spoil not his resting place. For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again. But the wicked shall fall into mischief. How many boxers are famous because they got knocked down, but they got up again? Have you been knocked down in life? You had all kinds of problems. You lost your health. You lost your money. You lost your spouse, lost your family. Well, get up and get going again. That's how you tell. Rejoice not when thine enemy falleth, and let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth, lest the Lord see it and displease him, and he turn away his wrath. Look, if you just let them do what they do, God steps in and takes care of it. And he can do a whole lot more than you can do, okay? Fret not thyself because of evil men, neither be thou envious at the wicked, for there shall be no reward to the evil man. The candle of the wicked shall be put out. I think it was Lester Roloff had a great sermon he preached on that, the candle of the Lord. Lester Roloff, Corpus Christi, Texas, Google that name, and fabulous preacher. I think he's the one that did that famous sermon, the candle of the Lord. Okay, let's see, fret. Frets were used in the Bible 7 times. Psalm of David, fret not thyself because of evildoers. Wait patiently for him, fret not. In other words, don't worry, don't be anxious. Cease from anger, forsake wrath, fret not thyself to do evil. Fret not thyself because of evil men. Just don't worry about them, okay? Let God take care of it. My son, fear thou the Lord and the king. Meddle not with them that are given to change. Meddle not means don't mess with them, okay? Their calamity shall rise suddenly, and who knoweth the ruin of them both? Meddle found in the Bible 6 times. God told him in Deuteronomy, meddle not with them. You're going into this land. Exodus tells about them exiting, coming out of Egypt. They got right up to the promised land, sent spies in and voted not to go. God said, okay, that's it. All of you 20 and up are going to die out here. You don't get to go into the promised land. Moses, Aaron, and the two guys got to go in, 2 of the spies, Joshua and Caleb, and all the people 20 and under. He said, now when you go in there, Deuteronomy means twin. Deuteronomy is the second giving of the law to this new group of people that have now grown up. He said, when you get in there, don't meddle with the children of the Ammonites. Those are the children of Lot, Abraham's cousin or nephew, Abraham's nephew's son, and Ammon. I gave them land in that property, in that region. Don't meddle with them. And that's still the rule today. And they're still fighting over that land over there. The whole country smaller than New Hampshire. Meddle not with the Edomites. Don't meddle with them, okay? Don't meddle with them. In 2 Chronicles 25, Amaziah, king of Judah, took advice and sent Joash, the son of Jehoahaz, the son of his dad and grandpa. He said, come now, let's see one another in the face. He said, I'm challenging you to a fight, a war, okay? Thou sayest, thou hast smitten the Edomites, and thy heart lifted thee up. He sends back a message. Okay, you beat these guys, and you're all proud about it. You won that war. But don't meddle with me, okay? Why shouldst thou meddle to thine hurt, that thou shouldst fall, even thou and Judah with thee? But Amaziah would not hear. For it came of God that he might deliver them into the hand of their enemies, because they sought after the gods of Edom. He went wicked, serving other gods. God punished him by having him. Anyway, read the story. He said, don't meddle with me. He came and meddled and he got whooped, okay? These things belong to the wise. It's not good to have respect of persons in judgment. He that saith unto the wicked, thou art righteous, him shall the people curse. Nations shall abhor him. But to them that rebuke him shall be delight, and good blessing shall come upon them. I see Congress. I watch this different things, congressional hearings and stuff like that, and interviews. And some of these guys that are just plain wicked shouldn't be in Congress or Senate at all, but they are. And some people say, oh, he's such a good senator. He's such a wonderful guy. He's wicked. Throw him out. Some of you states that keep reelecting these morons that are deceitful, get rid of them. Every man shall kiss his lips that giveth the right answer. For the record, I don't want any man kissing my lips, okay? Prepare thy work without, and make it fit for thyself in the field. And afterward, build thine house. Look, do your job, and if you got time, then you work on your house, okay? Be not a witness against thy neighbor without cause, and deceive not with thy lips. Don't lie about somebody. I've got several neighbors lying about us here. Unbelievable. They go to the store. Hey, you want to come visit Dinosaur Adventureland? Oh, no, I heard about that place. You heard about it? From who? From where? What did you hear? Do I get to defend myself? Nope. I heard a rumor and I'm believing it. Okay, I'll go shop somewhere else. Say not, I will do to him as he hath done to me. I will render to the man according to his work. I went by the field of the slothful, by the vineyard of the man void of understanding. Means he's an idiot, okay? And lo, it was all grown over with thorns. Nettles had covered the face thereof, and the stone wall thereof was broken down. Solomon said, I went by and I could tell this guy's lazy. He doesn't take care of his garden. He doesn't take care of his house. He doesn't take care of his property. I saw and considered it. I looked upon it and received instruction. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep, so shall thy poverty come as one that traveleth, and thy want as an armed man. I bet I could walk into your house and decide just from looking at your house and your yard, are you lazy or diligent hard worker? Lay around, give me 10 more minutes on the alarm clock. You could tell. Anyway, great advice to his sons there. Okay, that's it. Tomorrow night, next chapter. I'm looking for some more debates. Please help me out. Atheists, come on. I'm trying to get to 1,000 before I die. Please call 855-BIG-DINO extension 4. Now listen, if you've not trusted Christ as your Savior, you should. This world's about to fall apart. Be a good time to give your heart to the Lord. I prayed a simple prayer 56 years ago. I said, Lord, I'm a sinner. I've broken your laws. I'm guilty. But I believe you died for me. I believe you rose from the dead. Would you please come live in my heart and save me right now? That's what I said. And something got planted inside. He wants to come inside of you. Let me caution you. You let the Lord come in. He might want to rearrange the furniture. Might want to change a few things. Like maybe everything. Let him do it. Let him do it. It's for your good. Thank you for joining us. Come visit Dinosaur Adventureland. See you tomorrow night. Anything else? Oh, that's it. Okay.